Hello my crafty friends, Corrine here from Corrine Crafts. I hope you are well and welcome to the chaos that is my messy craft room. I'm sure yours are just the same. Anyway, a really lovely technique today. I'm going to show you the difference between using isopropanol with your alcohol inks, using Yupo paper, and blending solution. And once you've done that, I've just made a very quick and simple card by die cutting the Yupo paper out. How gorgeous is that? So I'm going to get straight in and show you what we've been doing. Some of this card I'm going to show you how to make in quite a lot of detail, and then other bits of it I'm going to just sort of skim over a bit because they're techniques that we have done before. But the bit I want to focus on quite a bit today is making your own backgrounds using alcohol inks. So I've got a whole range of alcohol inks here. This set I bought off Amazon. You know, if I'm buying stuff, I buy a lot off Amazon. It's called drawing inks, and I will put a link down below. Really good. The range of colours in this is fantastic. They're only little bottles, but you only need a little bit. And actually, I thought, even having the little bottles, it means I can, use what I want and then, have a change. Now, what I wanted to do is I wanted to focus on, there's two ways to use alcohol inks. One is using it with isopropanol alcohol. So this is a 99% alcohol. So if you're using this, I would recommend you do it in a well ventilated space. And the other way is to use alcohol blending solution. So as it says on here, lightens, blends and removes alcohol ink. So actually that's a little bit of alcohol ink I've got. I don't think, oh, you can't see it, it's just down here on my desk. I could actually get rid of that using this. So what you've got to remember is when you drop blending solution onto your card with your alcohol inks, and I'll show you the card in a minute, the ink will move. So you can drop the solution in and it will blend the colours better. So this one was made with blending solution, and you can see how the colours have kept their intensity, but they blend together really, really well. And it really works ever so well on, you see, metallic alcohol inks. So this one, if I give it a shake, it's got all the mica in the bottom. I love using this, and you can actually see it quite well on there. There is a bit on here. I love using my metallic ones. So that's with the blending solution. So if I put that there so that you can see. Whereas this one is done with isopropanol. So isopropanol, as I said, is virtually a pure alcohol. And when you drop it onto the ink, the inks don't initially move quite as much, but then if you get a blower, a hand one or an electric one, you can actually get more movement out of them. And then the metallic ones move a bit further. But the isopropanol, I find, dilutes the colours more. So you can see those are exactly the same ones. The pinks have stayed fairly. That's definitely paler. The purple has definitely diluted more with the isopropanol. And what was my other colour? So you see, I've got quite a bit of red in here, but I didn't start with a red. I was using purple. I was using pink, purple and yellow. So it's obviously picked out. Pink is made, and so is purple, made up of different colours. And when I put the alcohol or the solution on, it's pulled out it's broken those colours down into their component parts. I've not used any blue, but I can see blue in there. So it's obviously pulled the blue out of the purple and using that. So I'm going to show you the two differences. So as I mentioned, you need a specialist paper, and I have used Yupo cardstock. Again, I got it off Amazon, and again, I will put a link to it. This is, let me just get a couple of pieces out so I can show you the two techniques. This is 318 GSM 400 microns. I have got some that's a bit finer, but I do like the thicker card just because I just feel it's a bit better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this side with alcohol ink or blending solution. So if I write blend down here, and then I put iso on that side, so you know that's the isopropanol, so we can remember which one is which. So you can see those on there. I've got my puffer ready. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to get these. Now these ones haven't got mica in, so then you need a quick shake. And you're going to pop a couple of drops on here. You see, it moves slightly. So as I said, it's on Yupo paper. Yupo paper isn't actually a paper, it is a plastic. We call it Yupo card, Yupo paper, whatever you want to do, but it's actually a plastic, so it's coated. So the alternative to this, photo paper works really well. If you just use your, let's pick a paper, watercolour card, it's not going to work. So once I've got that down there, you can see the purple is pushing the pink, but they're not blending. So if I then take my blending solution and I'm just going to do a drop into those. I love watching this. Come on, drop. Drop, there we go. I'm trying not to let too much drop. The blending solution will stay active for a while. There we go, right. So put those. And then all I need to do is I'm going to get my puffer and I'm going to blend them out. So you can see the colours do change, but it mixes them up. Now, I'm just doing this very quickly. You can have a lot more control if you want, and you can create beautiful shapes and designs. So I'm going to go in with some yellow. Well, you can see, look at that. It's picking up that blending solution that's already down there. I love this. And you can layer them on top of each other. I'm just trying to do them a little bit separate for a minute because they will bleed. Look at that, smallest little bits. So I'm not actually going to put any more blending solution down because it's picking up the blending solution that's already down there. And if I start putting any more on, it will just dilute it too much. So you can see how it's creating, look at those colours. Now I've gone for I've deliberately just tried to sort of push the colours around. I've not tried to create any patterns. Oops, I haven't done the lid up properly on that one. You can, you could create some beautiful dots and things. You know, we could just do dots and keep them, you know, separate colours if you wanted. I've tried to do them, blend them together. Then I love going in with a little bit of the gold mica. Now, it's, as I said, it's picking up where the blending solution already is. Oops, it's running off there. But what you get is you get this gorgeous veining effect. So some of it's, I don't need any more blending solution. It's picking it all up, isn't it? So then I can blow that around and you will see once it's dry, the gorgeous vein effect. I'm not going to go right to the edge of the cards. You could if you wanted to. Let me just put a little bit more purple on because I do need, oh, I've got a sheet, haven't I? I can use one of those other ones. Now, you can apply a bit of heat to make sure it's perfectly dry, but I'm going to just let it dry naturally because they do dry quite quickly, so you don't need to worry about that. But you can just extend. Oh, I dropped a bit then, didn't I? If you feel like they're not blending enough, then just put. Oh, just come out fast out of this dropper, doesn't it? You can add in a little bit more of the solution like that. Absolutely gorgeous. You can create your own colours. You can mix your colours around. If I try and keep that. Yeah, look at that. And I love just getting those layers on top. And as I said, at the moment, I've not tried to keep the separate colours separate. I could have done. So I don't like that. What happens if I touch that out? Well, I can pick up a little bit so I can see the colour underneath. That's where it's gone a little bit murky. There we go. And then we can just leave that to dry. So the colours are nice and strong still. So let's have a look at with the Isopropanol, and you'll see I'm going to use exactly the same colours. Let's put a bit of the pink on. Do it rough, you know, fairly similar. You'll never, the great thing about this is they never come out the same. I love die cutting Yupo paper. Once I've done this, you get some amazing, amazing effects. Now, as I said, you've got the alcohol in your blending solution, but it's quite diluted down. But when you're using the Isopropanol, you really need well ventilated. So I've just picked it up in a dropper, and my dropper doesn't half let the liquid out quick. So I just, can you see, just pop it back. I'm going to pop it, see if you can see that there, just in the top of the bottle. There we go. Right, so can you see straight away? Look what it's done to the colours. Look at how it's bleached them out. It's really, really put them out. This is definitely a case where it would have been better to have done them one colour at a time. But I just wanted to show you the difference. But look at that. Look at the purple on there compared to the purple on there. I've used exactly the same inks. But I just wanted to show you. And as, again, it's picking up the Isopropanol, I can then go in a little bit darker look by adding a bit more in. But can you see the colours aren't On here, they've blended a lot more. My purple's staying, my pink's staying. Yeah, some of the colours are breaking down into their component parts. So I'm getting some blues, some reds coming out. But the colours aren't blending, they're moving. So the isopropanol will move them rather than blend them. There is a difference. It's taken me a while to get around it, and I won't not lie, I do have a little cheat sheet so that I can remember what I'm doing. That's not wrong. Why can't you have a cheat sheet? Why can't you have your cheat sheet to show you what's doing? Look at this, I made this lovely colour here. There we go. Right. Oh, I just need to put a little bit of the gold on so that I've got it, because I do like the gold thread running through. And you can see straight away where there's isopropanol, it's starting. The isopropanol works really, really well with your mica inks. It really, can you see that? It's, oh gosh, I've got it all over my desk here. It's fizzing. Can you see how it's fizzing? Really, really lovely. So you can go onto there, just blow that around. Like I say, if you had a bit more time, we could do some controlled colours and do. But look at that. Same inks, blending solution, isopropanol. This one is a lot paler. Look at the yellow compared to here. How pale it's gone. Look at this. I think that was the pink compared to the pink on there. Exactly the same. So let me just get rid of this. I'll be right back with you. Okay. If you are using your isopropanol and your blending solution, please make sure you do give yourself space. Now look at that, where it's come on my mat. If I just wipe that down, oh, that's not staining too much. If it stains, just put a little bit of your isopropanol onto your onto a piece of cloth or something, and it will rub away. Now these are dry to touch. That one's still got a few more sticky bits, but I would, if I was doing some, look at that, look at how it, can you see how it shines? Isn't that amazing? I've done some lovely cards in the past, and if you go and have a look back at my back catalogue of videos, you'll see I did a few with this. I did a shaker card with this in the background, looked amazing. So blending solution versus isopropanol. You use whichever one you prefer. Now I've got these that are nice and dry. So as I said, that one is my isopropanol and that one is my blending solution. So I think I'm going to use my blending solution one for now. So these are all of the dies that I'm going to be using today. I'm going to be using some stars, and I've got a sentiment. This is a really simple card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to find a bit on here that I really like. Oh, there we go. We're going to go like that. And then I'm going to go in with the next size of my stars. And then I'm going to go in with the next size of my stars. Just like that. So I've got nice even borders. And I've also got a little star, so I could be cutting out some of the extra bits. Now you don't need any fancy die cutting machines to be doing this. Let me just hold those in place, and I'm actually going to trim this down just so that I can use my smaller die cutting machine. Where is the plate? I found it, there we are. Right, so what I need to do, just take off a little bit on this side. Okay, so I need to just stick that down, and what I'll do is I'll cut the remaining stars out of what's left around the edge, so nothing's going to waste. Now if this is not properly dry, what I would suggest you do is, did I need that? Oh, no, I needed that. It might be good to put a little bit of a shim in. So I'm just digging deep. That'll do. Just digging deep into my bin. So I've just got a little piece of vellum, so that will catch most of that. It just means that then vellum paper, I was just in my bin seeing what I could find, just stops the ink transferring onto your plate. This shouldn't be too bad because I actually did prep this demonstration last night. Oh, there we go. Let's put these out of the way. And that will then, so it's cut beautifully through there. Yupo cuts lovely. Just holding together with the tape. Look at that. The little stars come out of there. There we are. Look at that. Isn't that fun? And then I've got this one as well. Now, my initial plan for this was, I was going to use it like that so that you could actually see the faux stitching all the way around. But then I thought, I'll tell you what I'll do. So what I thought I'd do instead is, I've cut out a solid one. You can see my die wasn't very clean. And then this one I've done. And what I've done is I've put some tape on the back. And then I've just popped this one out. So I'm going to pop these on to... If I'd have thought on that I was going to actually tape one out, I wouldn't have put the tape on the back. That was my mistake. I was going to use all three, so I was taping it before it came out of the die because I thought it would be easier, and then I changed my mind about what I was going to do. So we can take this off here just to hold them where it should be. Putting the tape, like I say, putting the tape on before it comes out the die, you know everything's in the perfect place. You could do it with masking tape. I thought, why not do it with finger lift tape, and then it acts as an adhesive as well. I'm going to just grab my my precision glue press. It's by Sweet Petunia, and I've had somebody this weekend ask me where I got mine from. I just googled it. I actually got mine from Pepperberry, I think it is, Crafts. They were out of stock the other day, but they look to be in stock again today. But if you just do a search on using your browser, you should be able to find a stockist in the country that you're in. So I'm just going to add that onto here. Basically, the white is just to give it a little bit more strength because I've cut into them. So put that on there. And then I've just cut one out of purple as well. So let's just put a little bit of wet glue on there. I had have thought to myself when I started this that I was actually going to do it with the different colours, I wouldn't have stuck it down, stuck them together. But there we go. You live and learn, don't you? We all change our mind. It's our right to change our mind. So look at that. Yeah, that does work actually. Now that I've stuck it down, you can either go like this with three together, or like this. This is up to you. I'm just going to give you lots of ideas today, and I'm going to leave it to you to put them together in whatever way works for you. Okay, now I've done embossing. So this is a Sizzix embossing folder. Let me show you what it is. It's a multi-level one. Does it say what it's called? Flower Power. There you go, Flower Power. These are really thick dies. So I use a Gemini at the moment, and I just use one cutting plate and a magnetic shim. Even the plastic shim was too thick for that. And when you emboss that, you get this. Now I embossed a larger sheet, and then I've just trimmed it down. And then all I've done here is I've just run my dauber over and then splattered it a little bit. I wanted to skip over that because I wanted to show you some of the other bits which I thought, you know, spend more time on the Yupo and the alcohol inks. So I have created a card base. So I decided, as you can see, I'm picking up the purple on this because I thought there was a nice little purple 6-inch card base. Now I know my lovely American viewers, you get charged more to make square cards. What I'm doing now will easily turn into a rectangle card. Now I could put that onto there, but I'm not going to. I've got another layer, and I'm just going to pop it onto here. Now that border at the end isn't a particularly proper border because I'm going to cut it off, and that's why I haven't stuck it down yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down with my tacky glue all the way to the edge. And then I'm going to stick this where I want it to go. Let's stick it about there. And as you can see, it's off the edge of my card, but I'm happy about that. Oops. I'm even happier when it's straight. Is that straight now? I think it is. Then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm just going to put my scissors up against this piece of card, and I'm going to use that as a guide just to trim. There you go. And I know that's going to be perfectly straight because the card is straight already. So long as you don't cut the card, just use the card as the guide, you're going to get that there. Now I didn't want the purple on the bottom here because we're going to pop it onto the card, and we're going to have purple on again. So I've gone white on white. I did initially think about using my off-white card, but it didn't look right. It wanted to be pure white. So that's going on there. And then I've got that double layer of white, which I really like. Doesn't that look beautiful? No, that's sorry, I'm muddling up cards. Right, so let's pop this on. So just using my 1.6mm Sticks 2 foam tape on here. Like I said, this is going to be a very simple card, very simple project. But I just want to give you the technique of doing alcohol inks because I hadn't done any for quite some time. I'll tell you what I didn't do. I didn't check which way my card is. There we go. Yep, it is the right way. And then I can put that on to there like that. Now the reason I put that glue on was to give me that little bit of wriggle room. You hear me say that all the time, but it's right. I'm going to put that on there. Now I've got different heights here, so when I stick that on, I think I'm going to stick it on with some 3D glue just to help me. But look at that, that's absolutely perfect size. Now I had another tip I wanted to share with you. I bought some dies, used dies off the lovely Lou Collins. She often does a craft de-stash, and these are some card magic ones. Happy birthday with the mat, congratulations, and hello with the mat. So I have cut these out, and I've cut them out to the purple. So I've cut the matte layer out, so you get the matte shadow die there. Let me move that out of the way for a minute. Oops, sticking to some glue. So put that on there. And I've also cut the hello out as well. And I wanted to leave that in the die for a minute. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop out the little spare bits. Don't want those because that's going to confuse us. Just get rid of those. Let's get rid of that one. And I only use my little hand cranked machine to do this. That's all you need. And then I'm just going to go with my glue gun all the way along here. Now this means that I'm not going to twist or contort my sentiment in any way. It's going to stay absolutely perfectly where it should, because sometimes, don't you find that sometimes when you have these really delicate ones, they all twist and turn? So it looks like I'm sticking a metal die down, doesn't it? But I'm not. So I'm going to pop that onto there like that. Don't worry, my glue will dry clear. If any bits, I could have tapped that off. And right, so then all I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pokey tool. I'm going to poke it through the release holes, just there, and then I can just lift it up there, pick it up like, oops, that one hasn't released. Come on, release, there we go. It should just, come on, where's the other L gone? It's got stuck there. There we are. Because there's no release hole just there, was there? And then I know it's in, except I move that one slightly. I've not twisted it, I've not contorted it, and that will then be perfectly positioned to fit inside there. So I love the dies when you get the front and the back. Let's move that out of the way because it's a little bit sticky. Okay, so let's go back to the card. We've got that here. I've got my hello, which is going to fit just here. Thinking. I will just use a wet glue on that. Just a regular wet glue. There we are, just a little bit. Tacky glue is brilliant, of course. And we're going to pop that just there. That fits perfectly, doesn't it? Then I'm going to get this one. That's going there. Now I did cut, I think I cut 5. I can only see 4 here. So these are out of the same piece of card as that one. There's the other one. I don't think I'm going to need 5. They're quite big there, but they were the smallest die in that set. So let's find my 3D glue. Let's see if it's, I always think to myself, make sure you check it before you start. Does that look right, putting it, or does my star need to go? Can you can't put a star upside down, can you? You can't put a star upside down, so it's going to have to go like that. Oh, that is right. Now, the great thing about, sorry, you just heard me think my thought processes in. The great thing about using the 3D glue is you can put it like that, and then when you put it down onto your card, just like that, it almost like self levels, so you know that it's going to cover all those lumps and bumps, which is really handy to do. Let's position these. So I think I might only use 3. 1 there. I've got room for 1 down here, or is it a bit top heavy if I do that? I can move these at different angles, can't I? I'm just going to put 3 of those on there, I think. Yes. Put 3 of these on here. And because I've got it in my hand, I'm going to be lazy, and I'm just going to put a tiniest squirt. Let's go at angles for those. I think that looks nice. Like I say, if you only pick up one technique from what I've done today, if it's putting the strip, you know, the embossed strip on, then please, you know, take that away. If you think, oh, I like how you've coloured the Yupo paper with the alcohol inks, then take that away. If you like the whole lot, then please feel free to use the whole lot. Now, I could be going in with some more, but I don't think it needs it. I think that is absolutely perfect. Really simple card, not clean and simple, but really, really simple card. And you could even, if you wanted to, you could even pop another one. I'm going to use the ones from the same sheets because I think them. Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take that, put a bit of 3D glue in under there. I'm just going to put another one in the centre, but slightly raised. I did think about doing these stars solids and building them up, sort of pyramids, but I thought, no, I won't. There we go. You know me, I always change it. No pearls today because the stars are doing that, but there is our card. So if you fancy having a go with the Yupo paper, remember, if you use it with Isopropanol, it will bleach the colours, but they fade the colours, but they will move more. Or if you use it with the blending solution, the colours stay a bit more vivid, but they blend together to create new colours as well. So have a look back and you'll see I've done a fair few projects. This feels a really nice card. Just that little bit of design on there to give it a lift. And I just thought, we do a lot of birthday cards, so let's just do an hello card. That makes a lovely change. So thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this. Maybe a little bit different. Maybe it's giving you some thought for some of the other things that you've got in your craft room. I do like using the alcohol from my pens, alcohol pens, on vellum, and I might do another card doing that in the next few days because that is another lovely technique. Gives you a completely different look, but still with the alcohol. So thank you for watching. As always, the links are down at the bottom to click. I will link to the inks, I will link to the Yupo paper, and yeah, so that will be absolutely perfect. So I hope you have enjoyed that. Thank you for watching, and thank you if you have clicked on the links or you've donated to my Buy Me a Coffee page. I really do appreciate it because it helps me to keep the channel alive. As always, I'll put a link here. I might put a link here if I can find it to the previous Yupo project, and on this side, as always, will be a link to my subscription. So thank you for watching, and I will be back very soon with another project. Bye for now.